am here with Justin Cross. He is the CEO of Earn Your Booze. We're super excited to have him because he was supposed to be at our conference in Las Vegas, and that got coronaed. And so we pushed back. We're looking at October. We're really excited he's going to be there during those dates. But in the meantime, we really wanted to touch on what you're doing, Justin, for people to stay healthy and kind of have still a regimen, a program to move forward during all of this.
Right. You kind of said it, like people have to have some sort of plan, but it's very difficult to have a plan when you're possibly stuck at home. You don't have a gym, you don't have our regular lives, right? But now more than ever, really, it is more important to keep the body moving, and movement is at the core of Earn Your Booze. That's why we do our fitness and drink events. That's why we're doing this Milagro program where we're doing Earn Your Milagro Tequila every single week, Milagro Monday for online workouts. At the core really is movement. So it's very important to stay moving somehow. I'm kind of curious how you might be doing it. Everyone's got a little different, thing, like what do you got going on?
Yeah, so I'm blessed because every time my gym was throwing a piece of equipment away, I was kind of going through their dumpster almost and grabbing it and putting it in my garage. So
nice.
I'm lucky. I got a squat rack, I got a bench that someone donated, and I got a little punching bag. So I've been able to kind of keep moving throughout this. I've been getting my runs in when I can, but not as well. So I don't know if I got to blame COVID or what, but I feel like my lung capacity isn't what it used to be. Hopefully, It's just out of shape.
So how's your drinking been doing? Because a lot of people, they're stuck at home, especially in this industry. Like there's a lot of access to great drink. So Drizzly's real convenient. There's a lot of extra drinking going on. So maybe the Earn has been kind of on a decline during this time a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I will admit I'm definitely much more of a social drinker, and I mean I love being out and having a bunch of beers and cocktails. And for me, I love the professionals what they can do. I make a halfway decent old fashioned, but when people can take that next level, that's what gets me excited.
Right.
One of my best cocktails I made was with Milagro a couple of weeks ago with their national ambassador. Was awesome. Had our single day mile.
Yeah.
But how about you? How's your life with the booze? Are you earning it or a little bit of both?
Yeah, man, I've been going hard actually earning it. So I have a little bit of equipment at my house, nothing crazy. I certainly don't have a squat rack like you do. That'd be great. But been doing a lot of outdoor workouts. I bought this like a really simple like pulley system, so I could do some triceps and shoulders and stuff. Very very basic. But we actually just opened up here in Arizona, so I went to a CrossFit gym today. Got to work in at 9 a.m. Felt great. There's 6 people in there, but everyone had their own barbell, their own, kettlebell, their own area, their own spray bottle. And so it was great. It felt really good doing that. And I think just, even if you're not open, where, New York, Vegas, California, wherever, you gotta stay after it somehow. Run. Even if you hate running. I hate running. I'm not a runner. I'm the first one to tell you. But I started running just out of necessity, and it kind of turned into like a meditation for me. So now for the first time in my life, I can say I kind of enjoy running. So it's weird how that something like this made me get out of my comfort zone and start doing some sort of movement that I wasn't ever enjoying in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, it's probably been yoga, which I do on and off, but I kind of realized that I got out of my routine of stretching before and after being at the gym. And so kind of just infusing those workouts. They're free. They're on YouTube. Peloton has a great app that's completely free to use right now. So I've been kind of finding some 20, 30-minute classes. So absolutely. And that's kind of like my next question is, it's so important to just innovate right now. You constantly have to kind of forge a path forward because no one had to run this playbook until now. So, talk about Earn Your Booze, how you guys have had some radical changes in your business and what you're focused on.
Yeah, day one, when we finally accepted and realized our events are done, because we had about 40 something events we were going to be doing this year. When we finally said, okay, we're not doing that. I didn't sit down and say, okay, woe is me or whatever. We went right at the problem. And so we've been innovating and working very long hours ever since. And we're able to actually accomplish a lot of the things that were put off because we were so busy traveling and with events. So within the next 2 weeks, new website, new apparel designs are coming out. And we are now going to be, this will be the first place I'll give a little teaser. We're finally doing nutrition for drinkers. We have teamed up with the best people in the nutrition industry that know drinkers, hospitality, bartenders. There's a lot of myths out there about what alcohol does to the body, how you should be eating when you drink, how to possibly calculate macros from drinks. I mean, there's not a lot of that info out there, especially not readily available. Mm-hmm. So we are finally doing something that I've been wanting to do ever since I started this thing, like for 4 years now. We finally took this time and dedicated it to, okay, how can we finally help people learn what it means to earn your booze? It's movement, detoxifying the body, watching what you put in the body, not just drink, but food, possibly supplements, hydration. And we're taking a very easy to digest, if you will, approach on different ways to possibly eat, drink, and live so you can truly earn your booze. So very excited to have that come out here. It's going to come out in July.
Oh, well, I can't wait. I'll definitely have to check that out because, like I said, when we get back to being social, that's when my intake increases. So I got to make sure I'm doing it right.
That's right.
So,
yeah,
I mean, speaking of, and this is, crystal ball kind of idea, when we reopen, what do you imagine Earn Your Booze in this industry could possibly look like coming out of it? Right now, we saw like diets went out the window, like people just, everybody was gluten-free, you didn't eat carbs. Well, I kind of call it BS because when this hit, the intake for carbs, we saw pasta and bread flying off the shelves. I mean, you couldn't get it. Now we're seeing some issues with meat shortages. Do you think the diets are going to snap back like really hard to where they were before we went into this? Or are you thinking people want to be healthy again and kind of maybe lose some of that quarantine weight they've possibly put on?
Well, I think this is a wake-up call for a lot of reasons. One, for everyone's personal health, maybe what they're eating or how they exercise, how they're living, and also a wake-up call for a lot of businesses and a lot of families and their maybe financial situation. A lot of people, I think, went, oh, shit, I can't go a week or a month or 2 months without income, right? So that's a lot wake-up call there. But I think also on the personal side, I actually do believe a lot of people are going to be like, that was scary. I don't know what's coming next. None of us do. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? We don't know if maybe this thing comes back or maybe it's something completely different no one's ever thought about. You have to be prepared. And in my opinion, it starts with yourself, your physical capabilities, your own health. Because without your health, I mean, you can't support your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business, anything. So I'm hoping a lot of people come out of this thing, I did not enjoy that experience. I need to take better care of myself now. And as they're looking for that information, we are basically, because you mentioned the word diet, we are basically going to be killing the diet. We have a flexible way of eating that is basically designed for your body, depending on how much alcohol you take, what you like to eat, what your allergies are. And we're basically going to be helping people get rid of the mentality that they have to eat a certain way, but eat a certain amount of things, protein, carbs, fats, but very easy to understand. And I'm really hoping that a lot of people are going to, because why not? I mean, people, without your health, you have nothing. And I think a lot of people were very comfortable before this and are probably like, okay, time to make a change.
Yeah, if there is a silver lining to this terrible pandemic, it is definitely a refocus that a lot of people can kind of step back and say, hey, like, one, I have a lot to appreciate before this happened. And so getting back into the gym, getting back into a fitness routine, getting back into, there's more of those good habits and so much a diet is so crucial because a lot of those underlying health conditions are usually caused by poor diet or poor fitness regimens. Right. And we see that as a major combination with COVID that ends up leading to, unfortunately, death. So people that were healthy before had a much higher survival rate as we're kind of seeing. So that is out there. We already knew that anyway. It's more like, hey, maybe this is kind of that maybe a wake-up call for a lot of people. So go ahead.
Yeah, because you're exactly right. Because everything that has come out so far, where the people that are at most at risk, unfortunately, are elderly, but not just because you're old, but because there's higher cases of obesity and diabetes, deficient in supplements, nutrients, just poor health decisions or poor health levels. Unfortunately, is what is causing almost all of the deaths right now, right? So I think it's a great way for people to be like, oh, well, how about I just stay out of that category? So I'm not morbidly obese. I'm not diabetic. I'm healthy every day of the year. So if something like this does happen, I'm already in the category of, hopefully, have a lot better chance of getting through it,
Absolutely. And in a time like this, I always like to end every interview with one good story. So anything positive that you really kind of spoke to you over the last week or few weeks that said, you know what, it's not so bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, a couple things, personally and business wise. Like I said, on day one of the official shutdown for us, we took that as a great opportunity to take care of a lot of things that we needed time for, and so we went after it. And we are kind of, as a business, coming out of this much better positioned, much stronger, completely new animal, to be honest. But also, just spending the extra time with my daughter, really, and my family has been amazing. Like, she just woke up from a nap right now. You might have heard one little cry, but just that has been great. And it's really now that we're starting to get busy again. The wife is already back at work. She works on the Air Force Base, and I'm considering the daycare thing. I'm kind of like, I kind of like, just being home and having her all the time, even though she can be the cutest little terrorist sometimes, and try to ruin whatever I'm working on. I really like that time. So that's definitely a silver lining, both personally and professionally, that has come out of this, for sure.
Great. Well, family time is so important. And Justin, we definitely appreciate your time today. Keep up the great work. We'll be in some workouts with you on the upcoming weeks. So until then, we'll see you in Vegas, but we'll collaborate on some stuff until then.
Sounds good, brother. See you soon.
Appreciate it.